Today I wanted to talk about the force-free lobbies war on disabled dog owners. So I saw this petition that had almost 20,000 signatures originating from Manitoba calling for the ban of shock collars and prong collars. And think about it. If you're someone in a wheelchair or who's physically disabled, and you have a dog, especially a big, powerful dog, how are you supposed to control them? Like, to keep them under control without the use of a prong collar or shock collar? And the force-free lobby will retort. The darker sections of them will actually say things like, well, they shouldn't have a dog that they can't control. Ignoring the absolutely moral, repugnant implications of the belief that disabled people shouldn't have dogs. Let us also look at the implications for the dogs that they own. If it's the case that they give up on the dogs because shock collars and prong collars are banned, what happens to those dogs? If the dog is very fortunate, they get rehomed to a new owner who's physically capable of handling them. But if not, which is a lot of the time, they get dropped off at the shelter. What happens at the shelter? Well, kennels are overflowing nowadays with the pet overpopulation crisis due to COVID lockdowns. People getting dogs that they can't handle. And what happens when they drop their pet off is the dog that's been there the longest could possibly be an ideal family pet. Could be social, biddable, easygoing. But because that dog has been there the longest, what are they going to do to that dog to make room for the dog that just came there? They're going to give that dog the blue juice. One dead dog. Then that dog goes through the shelter system. Okay? And if that dog is very lucky, they'll get adopted. If they're not so lucky, they'll get the blue juice. 2 dead dogs. Okay? And this is an interesting angle to kind of attack the force-free community from, because they use a lot of social justice rhetoric. And I'm someone who's actually personally on the left who does support the use of compulsion in dog training. So this isn't really the critique that they're used to. But when I point out this obvious contradiction, of course they probably won't abandon their shitty ideology. They'll continue with it. And guess what? Dog owners will suffer, and the dogs will suffer. Have a nice day.